And welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. It's Friday around here, which means we're getting freaky, a little freaky deaky. It's Corked Stats, fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely, and with your fucking homeboy, yo. Big Johnny Stud coming to you worldwide. Brooklyn, New York, as always, coming out that damn chair as always. Follow me up on Twitter at John the Gazer Flow, sharper than a damn razor, same handle over on Substack. Find out what all the hubbub is about, yo. 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. Man. $2 a week, making all your dreams come true. Rock and roll and football stuff, differentials, advanced stats, uploadable fucking basketball stuff, and all the baseball crap you can handle. How much more shit can we pile on? Plus your biological fucking clock is ticking. No, I haven't lost my mind. It ain't madness, baby.
This is Sparta!
Damn right. What's going on, me gente? Usual suspects up in a piece. I seen Adonis and Jeff and B. Rose and J. Bird. Twiddle-diddle-dee.
What is your profession?
Hammering the fucking book into submission. Give that bitch nothing but take from him everything. Bets pushing like plus 8% ROI. Feeling pretty good considering, we went through 4 combines first. So I'm feeling really good. Had an off day yesterday. I'm not into it. If I'm going to take a day off, those are the days to take off. I'm trying to not buy into this stupid daytime thing. If I like stuff on Sunday, I'd rather take that than force something on a short slate Thursday. I always promote getting that one day off. All right, enough of that shit. We got a lot of work to do, not a lot of time to do it. Full slate. It's all at night. I love it. Maybe you caught me on the Source Network. Check out Kyle, me, and Sam. We were on at fucking, I don't know, from midnight till like almost 2 a.m. rock and roll. So I'm feeling a little, I'm already kind of prepped, but I'm also feeling a little fucking insane. All right, enough of that shit, yo. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. I'm going to work backwards from the Algo today and try not to take a fucking 3 years doing this show as I tend to do sometimes. First up, Sandy Alcantara on the bump for the mighty Marlins. They're on the road with the bullpen emoji and the wind blowing out into Steel City to face my boy and yours, Braxton Ashcraft and the Buccos. Man, what a kick in the ass, right? We talk about this all the time. I don't want to get derailed, but important lessons are important lessons. The picks that you see in that column, right, I'm going to correct them when I do my own show picks, but I wanted to leave up last night's show picks to drive the point home that any of these plays that we like are already fucking 10 or 15 cents moved in the wrong direction. So the prices that you see on the left-hand side, I re-racked those this morning. Any picks that you see, those were live last night. You all know me. I have nothing to gain fucking lying about 3 cents of CLV. Plus, I didn't know which direction it was going to go. And, of course, a lot of them moving with us. So earlier this morning, Pittsburgh was at minus 135, which I liked. Now they're at minus 150, which I don't. I still think they win because the bullpen in Miami, again, is taxed. You get the cooked bullpen report every day when you sign up with the Substack. Pete Fairbanks, 2 of 3. Bender, 2 of 3. Peterson, 2 of 3. And the doctor, Dr. Fauché, 2 of 3 also. Not looking great for Miami. Didn't really trust that bullpen in the first place. And it's not like the offense has been great either. I feel really good that Kyle Twin Stowers is back. But you got to give the hat tip to the Pirates here, right? Pirates have the edge every which way. You got to think they win it. It just feels kind of crappy that, that gets moved to whatever, minus 150. You're talking like 15 cents of pure, like the most purest CLV. And not only is it closing line value and like potential profit, it's over the line. Like I'm a cheap fuck, cheap bitch. So the minus 135 is like right on the edge. I'll tickle that fucking taint. But minus 150, I'm like, I'm thinking about pairing. I may end up pairing this one. Sandy has been okay, good but not great. He's been atrocious on the road and hasn't really gotten control on the four-seamer back. I just think he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm surprised Pittsburgh has been this good without Cruz and without Griffin. If the front office in Pittsburgh is listening, team of destiny shit going on, don't be a bunch of fucking jerk-offs. Add into the winning, right? Add into the momentum. This team could be really good, front-end starting pitching, right? You got Skeens, you get Jones going. With Ashcraft, legit, let's be honest, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. How many teams have a better 1, 2, 3 than that? I know it's not. Skeens fine is a legit kind of known asset, but other than that, maybe not so much. I like Pittsburgh to win it today. Next up, Bryce Miller on the bump for the Mariners. They're on the road as minus 150 favorites. I'm making the pussy face because, well, one, we know we like Zach Littell. He's been very good as of late. He's also not a bad pitcher. He pitched well for the Rays. They're a good org. He signed on late to the Nats, and I just think he had trouble adjusting. Now, we attacked him and got paid on it. But listen, let's not be fucking stubborn here, right? Littell, all the spreadsheet stuff is gross. However, he is getting ahead. He's not offering free passes. That's like the foundation of success. But the last 30 days have been very good. 193 ERA with a sub-1 whip. The Sierra at 4.25, but the KBB 14. Like, that's how he's going to succeed. He's not going to be blowing people away. But when he's throwing strikes and keeping guys off base, Littell not bad. We know Washington is good. Bryce Miller's been as good as anybody on a per inning basis. I think I have to give the pitching the edge on both sides here. I think I like Littell more than I like the Seattle offense. They've hit for a little bit of power, but look, they're not taking walks. They're swinging, missing, chasing, losing in zone. I think that's bad against a control guy, right? You see the swing rate got to be the highest in the league, at least top 3 at 51.5. They're very aggressive and not getting some hard hit balls, but you don't want to be chasing. We know we talk about the Angels all the time. That's your built-in floor. Nats have struggled a little bit also versus righties, excuse me, batting 236, last 350 PAs. It's been good. I tend to believe in them because they've shown us so much for so long. That all said, the totals here got me, and this is another one. This was 5.5 this morning, under 5.5. F5, that C minus 120 you can get for the 5 now. I still think I'm on that 5. I think there's too much narrative stuff going on here. The public likes Miller, and they should, but I think they're giving too much credence to the offense in the Mariners and how Littell has pitched this season. Game total, I understand. You're missing me with the bullpens. These become really hard to cap, right? I think Miller's going to be good, so is Littell, but did they get like 6 and 7 innings? I don't know. So I wouldn't be fucking with the full game on this one. Again, these bullpens have like objectively stunk. You can see the Mariners have been asked. The Nats are one of the worst bullpens all season long. So give me the under, keep it F5, and move it up. Next up, the Winged Lion, Griffin Canning on the bump for the Friar Tucks. They're plus 120 dogs on the road down in Bmore to face my boys, Shane Baz and the Orioles, minus 144 at the crib. You see the sun emoji. It's going to be fucking 90 degrees in Baltimore, and the fly balls were absolutely sailing there yesterday. I don't understand this price also, though. You know what? This also moved, I think. Did I have Baltimore? Okay, I had Baltimore minus 127. The boys are giving me a little bit of a tough time. It doesn't mean I'm right. All I was saying was this bitch is going into the minus 140s, and fuck, there it goes. I really got to try and carve out 10 minutes after these shows. And just, I don't normally send midnight fucking emails, but I just may have to because all these picks were awesome last night, and they're all like, right now. You know, that's a big deal. We lost almost 25 cents on Baltimore. So Canning, not very good. I don't know how much longer he's going to be staying up like this. You know, walking the yard, 41 plus ball rate, 52 first strike, 27 chase. You just can't get by on that, right? You're behind, then you miss, and you can't get guys to reach. You're a disaster. And that's where you see the punishment, right? 51 hard hit, double-digit barrel, 1 3/4 homer 9 for Canning, and I think he sucks. He's been bad the last 30. Baz has been very good the last 30. I also think he's a good pitcher that had a little bit of struggle. I know the command and control has also been a little bit brutal. The 9 walk just feels a little bit high for 36 ball. But I'm not going to fucking look you in the eye and lie to you. I'm shocked his swing strike is in the single digits below 9. I really am. And this contact is through the roof. I think that's where I'm okay challenging it, right? Look at the Padres offense last 2 weeks versus righties, batting 214 as a squad, sub 300 OBP, 266 slug, 556 OPS. This is just awful, right? Plus they're striking out, which is usually not part of that, game there. 33.5 hard hit, 293 XWOL, but Padres are implying like fucking 3 runs off the bus versus a righty. If you think Baz is a good one, I think Baltimore wins this one. What's the problem? Going to be the bullpens. I was baking that into the price last night. You can't ignore it now. Padre bullpen is freaking awesome. Orioles bullpen, not so much. Let me check the F5 price. I'm totally turned off to this right now. It's minus 148, minus 110 with the cover, and it's like, I'm not sure. I need a code name for these games. Yes, I think Baltimore wins, but I'm scared to pay any kind of juice. And I don't have the confidence in the cover because of the pairing. I'm not really pairing F5s because you're pairing F5s, you need a run line win for it to hit, right? To push, a tie is a push, excuse me. So I get caught on the tracks, right? On the train tracks, not really knowing how to execute. And I hate that fucking feeling. I guess, like, maybe it goes in, like, the DDP. The thing is, I feel much stronger about Pittsburgh than Baltimore, and I'd hate to sink one of them. So, all right, let's keep chugging along. Again, that Padre bullpen is a non-starter. I mean, they go out there and hang 5-0s almost every freaking day. In Baltimore doing the opposite. So, yeah, I think Baz wins, but the pricing is kind of shitty. Next up, Jack Torchlighter on the bump for the Rangers. They're on the road against Sunny Day Gray and the Red Laundry. Boston minus 136, the crib down at Yaki. I was also very surprised to see this total come in at 8.5. Is it still there? It is still there. So, I'm kind of to the under. I also think Boston wins. That minus 135 should also be in consideration. I think Boston has. I don't know if I want to see the edge three ways. Not sure if the offensive stuff is necessarily there. I feel confident that we've got the pitching. Though I like Leiter. He can just be terrible on that single inning. This fucking guy, I was saying this last night. You'd be watching Jack Leiter, 3 clean innings, no hits, 5 Ks. You're like, yo, let's go. Go to take a shit. You come back, there's 4 runs on the board. And it's like, what the fuck, man? These things happen. Do you trust the Boston offense? That's what I mean. I'm not really sure I do. Leiter, it's been a mixed bag. Again, the command and control has been what kills him. He needs to be a little less daring with 3 balls, right? 36 balls should not yield a double-digit walk rate. He's got to clean up the first strike, too many pulled line drives, too many barrels. That's always been the hang-up, right? He kind of challenges and misses. We like the Bulldog mentality, but it's been kind of rough, and he's been rough on the road. I guess the last 30 has been okay, good but not great. I'm surprised Gray is just minus 135. I think Gray should be stronger than a minus 135 here. He's been good, kind of reinventing himself. The Ks are down, but he's doing the thing. Gray is just kind of hammering the lower third over and over and over and over. It's like, if you watch it, you're like, he got insta old, but the good kind, right? That's the kind that works in Major League Baseball. Over to the offense, as you can see, one worse than the other when it comes to hitting righties. So there's an argument for the under for sure. The 8.5 feels a little bit high, given both bullpens are actually pretty good. The Texas bullpen, I eventually have to take my L for love. I didn't think they had enough arm talent to be considered this good. But hello, we're at a point, they have 236 innings logged, 3.12 ERA, 120 whip. The Ks are not great, but you don't need Ks in the bullpen, providing you're not walking batters, and they're not. They don't give up home runs. They've been a very effective bullpen. They haven't taken a single loss in 2 full weeks. And the Red Sox bullpen, we know, they've been really strong wire to wire. So I think I got Boston to win, and I like the under. I kind of feel strongly about the combo platter. I don't usually bet those. I wouldn't normally pair a minus 135 with a minus 110, but I feel pretty good about them. So you can get plus 240 to have the Red Sox win to the under. And obviously, there's a shit ton of iterations where that hits. The very last thing before we move on, if you notice, I didn't pick up on it at first. It happened again, right? There's that news van again. Texas has the orange box. That means your team total is 3.5. Boston does not, which means it's 4.5 or greater. This happens every fucking time. When you get 1 and 1, right? One team with a 3.5, one team with a 4.5, and the favorite, right? The higher total team, which is always going to be the favorite, is at minus 135 or better. I kind of almost always side with that. The Bucks team total is pretty good work, right? We have to rely on them a little bit. So, yeah, I like Boston in the under. Next up, Captain Jack Flaherty on the bump for the Tigres. They're leaving Detroit Rock City away from 8 Mile to Forest City to face the Guardians and Tanner Bybee. Minus 119, minus 102 for the Tigres. I had Tigers F5 up on the board. You know, Flaherty has struggled, but it was really ugly up front. And there was always some believable stuff under the hood, right? He's getting Ks, getting the call stuff over, you know, winning in zone. When the fastball is not being located, you know, it's finger in the coolie time. Like, we know this about Flaherty at this point. That said, he's kind of been shoving lately. And I know if you see the +5 ERA the last 30 days, that's the first thing a lot of people are looking at. But man, a 3.4 Sierra, 21.5 KBB, and with all the strikeouts, I feel like he's at least resting right now. And with a little bit of bad luck, I think he might be able to back Flaherty for a couple starts here. You know, he's had at least 7 strikeouts in 4 straight. You know, it was 3 earned runs in 3 of the 4. But he hasn't walked multiple batters. Shit, he's done it once in like a month and a half or something. So I think we're getting to the better part of Jack Flaherty. This is the guy that we generally want to back. Where Bybee, man, it's been so frustrating. It's frustrating. It is. It really is, man. You know what I mean?
Frustrating.
The bubbles, yo, they're fucking frustrating.
It's frustrating.
The velo is not great. The 4-seamer is very bad, and it's continuously getting hammered. The location is good, but not great. Like, not enough to kind of get over the hump. His misses are just like, he makes all the unforgivable middle misses and is always punished for it. Now, you want to go to luck. 14 homer fly ball is pretty high, but also a 269 BABIP is pretty low. I mean, man, 13 homers in 77 innings is kind of brutal. I've been having trouble backing Bybee, frankly. He's been better at home, so I guess there's an argument there. And the last 30 surface stuff, 398, 107 ERA whip combo is okay, but a 480 Sierra, single-digit KBB, you know, post to Flaherty, I think we've got the pitching at least up front. I think the Tigers have the better offense. Cleveland is one of the worst offenses in the league. Last 2 weeks versus righties, 300 PAs of just blech. Sub 300 OBP, 649 OPS. Sub 7 walk, bottom 5 chase, bottom 5 hard hit, bottom 5 barrel, ex-Woba, and ex-Wobacon. I'll give Cleveland the edge in the bullpen, though they haven't been great there either. Give me Detroit even money, F5, yo. Next up, Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez, and the Snakes with shapes in their back. They're on the road in Cincinnati to face my boy Paisan, Nicky Lodolo, and the Redlegs. They are right around even money. I don't know, you can't listen to me when it comes to Lodolo. He's my boy, and I keep fucking going after this shit. I popped the hood for the boys last night. It was looking strong. It's been a bit of a disaster. The blister thing popped up. Again, this is not overly apologizing for Lodolo. This is being consistent in our own work. We are always weary of debuts. This guy's got fucking 3 or 4 ups and downs already, right? The original debut, left the game with a blister, then the IL with the blister, and it's a fucking bitch. All these are like resets to me. That said, it's becoming really freaking hard to back Lodolo, but I still think he's the better pitcher in this game. I almost don't give a shit about my spreadsheet. Oh my gosh, no. I'm just saying, man, you look at the Erod stuff. It doesn't work for me, brother. 252 ERA and a 118 whip. All the indicators are shitty. The Claudbot likes him. Single digit swing and strike, 25 CSW, 89 zone contact. I mean, Lodolo's not been far behind. But he's got way better stuff. And Lodolo has a 21.5 homer to fly ball rate. That's ridiculous, yo. Ridiculous. It's just so fucking frustrating, man. I really think Lodolo is a good pitcher. The secondary still generate whiffs. I know it's a tough ballpark, but Rodriguez is begging for negative regression. You know, Cincinnati's even hit lefties last 30 days. I'm not really trusting Arizona, that offense. I guess they have hit lefties. I got to back it up. You know, when Toast was saying this yesterday, he was. And, hat tip my guys. They really do a great job. If you noticed, because I really take a lot of pride in being very honest. Oh, man, this show's probably as good as mine. I hate to fucking admit it. I do the shit by myself. But if you look at all the production that Kyle does, all the fucking graphics, he's running chats and polls, I probably got to take the fucking sidecar, and then you look at just the analytics, they're 17 orders of magnitude more popular than me. So, I can't say who's doing it quite like us. There's other people doing it quite like us. But we still got the one-man band thing going. So really, those guys are really great. They really are. Right, so not just highlighting split data, where Kyle and Sam are really excellent. I mean, this is really excellent stuff. He's pulling game log, like split specific game log stuff as he talks, and it's really great. Meaning, you could say they haven't hit lefties, but he may come back at you and say, well, it's been, Scooble and all the other awesome lefties. And conversely, they've really hit lefties, but it'll be like, oh, it's all these shitbags, and maybe we want to pump the brakes on that. So Arizona has hit lefties a little bit, and maybe I should just be shooting for the over in this one. Like, as I talk through it, that feels like the more objective handicap, but it's at 9.5, and I'm not going there. So for me, I had Reds F5, even money, or nothing at all. Honestly, now I'm getting kind of terrified with the Reds lefty stuff. I had mentioned the L7. Diamondbacks L7, one of the worst in the league. But like, I have a hard time being like, don't chase L7, but then also look at L7. It's a gentle balance, because a lot of times when it's this bad, again, something I'm not just pulling out of my ass, we talk about this all the time. When it's this bad, sometimes that is like the leading indicator. It's like, uh-oh, you know what I mean? Like, they let you know, you know what I mean? Like, they let you know. And when things are really bad for 30 days, oftentimes it starts with the blaring, like, holy crap, everything is going to shit. So I'm a little torn. I probably won't be playing this one. If I do, it'll probably be the Reds, because I'm a fucking mark for the Domo, man. Hate to admit it. Next up, Spencer Strider and the Bravos. They're on the road in Queens to face Nolan John McClain, Dying Hard, and the Metropolitans. Let's go, Mets go. -114 at the Caribbean City. I was surprised to see an 8.5 last night. That is now an 8. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Claude. Kyle was busting my chops about this yesterday. He's right. He's like, so you're upset that you identified a misprice, and then you got it confirmed in live markets. Like, why are you not happy? And it's like, well, because I'm a fucking idiot and I'm a pussy and I didn't bet it. I don't like to bet for myself. I don't post. I don't like to post if I don't have anything together, because I'm really trying to keep this clean with the million emails and shit. But anyway, that 8.5 that I thought reeked is now, an 8. Of like a fucking course, it's an 8. Now, I do see a -105, so maybe you could find like a normally juiced 8.5, but that cap is pretty straightforward, right? Spencer Strider, very good. I'm not hearing any of the bullshit on Spencer Strider. I'm not hearing fucking any of it. I'm going to go under the hood again. I did this yesterday, and it's also one of the reasons I love to work with those guys. Not just because, we get to kick it and have some more fun. I have to stay a little more focused. But when they're doing their thing, they're feeding me, and I have time to go look for stuff. And I was under the hood with Strider, and I was pretty certain it was in good shape. It's like in ridiculously good shape. If you're a fantasy player, go make an offer on Strider. You might be able to get him, cheap, or cheaper than you should, because I think all the worst is behind us, and I think it's going to go. I think he's going to go wheels up for us. So Strider on the secondary stuff is insane. It's really insane. 40% whiff on the slider, 51 on the curveball, 52 on the changeup. And the number I was quoting is he's really gotten banged up on the slider. That's a money pitch, yo. Fear not, crew members. Slug at 517. So he's gotten purely damaged. The expected slug was 259. The same it's always been, better than it's ever been. He's been really unlucky with batted ball stuff. It's absolutely going to turn around. He's generating all the swings and misses that we love about Strider. So I think he's fine. He's walked more batters than we like. He does that bullshit too. He'll try and, get guys to chase with 3 balls when he could win in the zone. I don't know. He's had some struggles with lefties, and I guess that's the fail point. Kyle liked the Mets to win. I think I might like the Mets to win also. But McClain's been a thrill a minute lately. And I think that's the hang-up. I tend to think he's really talented, and with the underpinning stuff, he's going to be fine. Getting the cold stuff over. But, man, the swing and miss, I just got to admit, I thought it would be quite a bit higher. That said, he makes up for it with all the weak ground balls. That's, named his game. And without Acuna, are you really afraid of the Braves offense? They haven't hit righties for shit lately. Strip off the names, Braves, one of the worst right-hand hitting teams in the game right now. 2,885 PAs versus righties batting 238 with a 642 OPS, and just the power stuff is in the tank. Mets haven't hit righties for average, but at least, their shitty BABIP comes with pull power and lift and a plus 400 XCon, tons of home runs. I think they're leading the league in homers versus righties last couple weeks. So at least that's something, right? I mean, that's something. You can't lead the league in homers. I don't want to totally trash them. Both of the bullpens have been really excellent. So again, even if I think, Strata gives up his dong and, fine, McLean gets touched up a little bit here and there, I even the 8 feels a little bit high. 8 just feels a little bit high to me. I think, I don't have the weather up. Hold on one second. I've been staying cognizant of temperature. I want to make sure I didn't miss this. A lot of times that's been the answer for man, this crazy disparity. It's in the low 80s. I mean, and the wind is blowing left to right. I'm not going to fake pretend the model boost because the book is different than I am. So I don't know. This is a train of thought I've been trying to take on lately. Lots of games end 3-2, right? Lots of games end 2-1 and 3-1. How many times do we bet team totals and don't get there? You bet both teams to score 3 and someone doesn't get there. And you're like, what the fuck? The book doesn't put totals below 6.5 and 7. And I gotta be more willing to challenge that under. We get lots of under reads and a lot of under analysis. And I a lot of times will not pull the trigger, even at 8. I don't like going under 8. I don't like going under 8. I don't like going under 8. Why? I mean, McLean goes distance, Strider can go distance, and you got 2 bullpens. So I may put that one on the ticket just because. But fair warning, if I can get the 8.5 anywhere near that minus 125, I'm gonna fucking take that shit. Next up, Ryan Weathers on the bump for the Yankees. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Ryan Weathers and the Yanks are minus 107 on the road against Trey Savage and the Blue Jays. I mean, not to stand for the Yankees, but I don't know, man. I don't know about this. Weathers is having a fantastic season. And though Savage is also good, I think the Yankees are a very poor matchup for him, even without Aaron Judge. Well, let me see if I get through this. All right, so Savage, first of all, he falls behind and he walks batters. You can't do that with the Yankees because they always prove to be patient. And even without Judge, there is still some stick. So that's worry number 1. Then I worry about the distance, right? I'd probably use 15.5 outs per game. Remember, we've got the prop column for any audio-only people, K per game, walk per game, outs per game, pitches per game started. Almost 2.5 walks per game, below 16 outs per game. Who's getting those outs for Toronto? Are we suddenly... So we're suddenly in love with the Toronto bullpen. I just flipped over to them. Sometimes I like to show, how you could use the tools. And they're in a bit of a skid. I don't trust Hoffman. I do like Varland. But the Yankees pin has been good. Weathers has been really good. And for me, the piece de resistance is how bad Toronto's been versus lefties. Last 200 and let's go with 60 plate appearances, 30 days versus southpaws. This is one of the worst left-hand hitting teams in the league. There is quite literally nothing above average. Nothing. Not a thing. And the majority of these are bottom 10, and a third of them are bottom 5. 216 average, 284 OBP, 25K to just 7 walk. They're chasing 47 ground ball, 5 barrel. I mean, I don't know what's to like here. I hate to ride for the Yankees. But would be the second time this week that I called bullshit on a line. And that other day was a massive win. With the Warren game, right? Or whatever. So, if the books are going to be overweighing the impact of Judge, then I'll be glad to be on the conservative side of that. The person not overweighing a single hitter in baseball. If that's the meta macro theorem, yeah, I'm all about that. So Give me the Yankees to win with money coming in on them. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to end up looking like a fucking idiot by the time this one's done. Next up, Roki Sasaki in the bump for the Trolley Dodgers. They're on the road against Anthony. Every kiss begins with K and the Pale Hose. Wind blowing out, and the Dodgers have the bullpen emoji. Question on the show last night was whether or not we believe in Sasaki. He's been filthy lately. They talked about him, adjusting that fork change, whatever the fuck he throws. They were talking about him adjusting a grip on that, and it really paying dividends. And I don't know if paying dividends means a 148 ERA with a .74 whip and a 27 KBB on a 252 Sierra, then yes, it is in fact paying. Right there's Morgan Freeman narrative voice. It did in fact pay dividends. You're like, yeah, obviously. K is pitched okay on the surface. I'm not buying the underpinning stuff. Let's go back to the beginning. 5.9 expected ERA, 4.8 Sierra, single-digit KBB, single-digit swinging strike, 24 CSW, 39 ball, 93 zone contact. This is everything we generally like to attack. And the Dodgers have hit lefties for power. I think he's going to get F in the A. We were on the Dodgers come up yesterday. Again, I think trend indication is what we do best. It's unsolved, right? It's unsolved. So I think that's where we do a good job of mixing the science and the art. I used to call it frog DNA, right? When Jurassic Park, they had enough DNA to get the job done, but needed like a little bit of filler, something that was close enough to kind of make that like a logical leap. Whoop, whoop. It's data backed, but it's a leap, whoop. And I think we do a good job of that, right? And I think that's where the moving averages stuff, I said the thing, that's where it comes into play, using different time frames and how those data points interact with each other. It's this old technical analysis, basic fucking trading stuff. But it plays over into baseball. It's really something, So Dodger wave, right? So before we get out of here, we know not only do the Dodgers have a high ceiling, they maintain high ceilings, right? They have a deep, high, long wave, So when they're down, usually the downs don't last long. I felt they were down for quite a while. I'm expecting a run up and a fucking move. So this isn't like, oh man, they scored the last week. Yeah, we're going to be riding fucking Dodgers for the next 30 days, right? Get ready for the Dodgers to be the best offense in the league over 30 days and watch the spreadsheets kind of change. And during that fucking track, hopefully we'll make a couple fuzzles. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Dodgers kill, but I'm a little worried about the bullpen. Dodger pin, Tanner Scott, 2 of 3, Will Klein, 2 of 3, Vesia back-to-back, Dreyer through 27 pitches. I think that's supposed to be back-to-back. It is. So the pitch count's not crazy. You probably won't see Scott. The bullpen's been pretty good anyway. But Chicago does hit, so you got to be careful about that. Right? Anytime you're challenging Chicago, you got to worry about the sticks. I do like the benefit of being on the road. We get the 9 frames from the Dodgers. Maybe this is run line territory. Team total territory. Dodgers 4.5 minus 125. And it's like, yeah. I mean, Sasaki could shut him down. But again, you're taking a little bit of a risk challenging the Sox right here. I'm bringing up the offense versus righties. I mean, they're doing a lot of things that we like. Tons of extra base hits. They're getting on base, being aggressive, but making the most of it, right? We ignore swinging strike. If the chase rate is going to be average and you're pulling elevated balls and hitting fucking ding-dongs, that's what fucking matters. And I'm like the disciplinary guy. You got to know when and where to pick your battles with that shit. So, man, I think it's Dodgers. I'd like to say go with the run line. I don't know. Maybe they're actually a donkey pair because I do think the Dodgers win. Like I do. That's one of the ones I do really feel confident about, opposed to whatever other fucking yokels we were talking about before. Next up, Andrew House Painter on the bump for the Fighting Phils. They're leaving Broad Street to head down to Cheesetown to face my boy and yours, Jacob Misiorowski. I mean, carrying my best ball bags to fucking glory, hopefully. Let's go, baby, man. Loving that shit. The question of the day yesterday was, is this a misprice? Has the market jumped the shark on Misiorowski? And you know what? I came up looking like the fucking donkey mark, yo. I really did. Kyle and Toast, very sharp batters, were like, this is too far. Oh, that was when the game log stuff came up, right? So like I said, Kyle's got really great data polls for game logs to add a little bit of context because they like to look at who hit the pitcher. I mean, makes sense. So here was their argument was, yes, Painter has gotten touched, but it was good offenses that killed him. And when you look at it under that lens, it looks that way. It does. Like the A's killed him. At Atlanta, he got destroyed. At the Dodgers, then just now versus the White Sox. So their argument was Painter not terrible. This price is too far. So just to be fair, I started out with the play that I have posted, and I even wound up there. When this is said and done, I think Milwaukee wins by more than 2. I think Mizurowski is just a ridiculous stud. He's like the best pitcher in the game. I'm kicking my ass every 5 days because I mentioned him on the Futures episode of this show. Go check it. Go fucking check it. It's up. That Miz was a play for leading the league in strikeouts. Oh, I don't think he's going to get the innings. Who gives a fuck? You don't need the innings anymore. The 200 inning days are fucking over, you old fat idiot. Oh. Darn it. However, but. Big shaking ass with your fucking big ass. The F5 price blew me away. I have to check if this was last night. But the Phillies were getting a run and a half. F5 at like minus 115. All right, that number's still up to plus 1.5, but it's minus 137. And I have a hard time with that. Right? And why wouldn't I? If I don't have the confidence to hit a fucking Brewers half run line F5, I'm definitely not going minus 1.5. So flip side, shit, man, to be able to be down a run through 5 and still cash the play is pretty attractive. I'll admit, I'm still not getting there. I get every argument for it. Phillies run line. In fact, that was the last part of the logical progression was the Phillies bullpen has been so good. You're actually getting a better price on the full game run line, and you shouldn't disqualify yourself from that. So you can get even money, Phillies to lose by a run, and that's like shit. I could buy that. I'm not digging the Painter thing though, and I liked him coming in. I have on a bunch of best ball teams. He's wasting away. I dropped him in a lot of fantasy leagues. You see the ERA north of 6, the WHIP bordering on 1.6. Too many home runs, too many misses, really bad reverse splits, one of the worst road pitchers in the league. It's just been really bad, and Mizurowski has a .26 ERA the last 30 days. .26. 32K minus BB. Mind you, a 33% strikeout rate would be ridiculous. 33K minus BB is like broken brain stuff. That's just, brain liquefying and dripping out of the fucking ear hole. All right, next up. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second, Spartans, yo. Shit. Had my board run some cover. My throat's on fire. Tatsuya Imai on the bump for the Astros, minus 117. They're on the road against Luinder Avila and the Astros. This one I got a lot of pushback on also. And again, wow, I fucking love those guys, man. I love those guys. They were on the other side of this. I'm like, to the over, this is the game I think, runs. I think this is the game that runs. I also think, I didn't fucking check it. Man, I'm going to try and make the unforgivable sin and open up DraftKings while I'm live streaming. Because I'd love to see what kind of odds we can get on this is the highest scoring game, considering we have a 12.5 on the board. Right, so we're not even really near the top here. So this could be fun. Okay, Houston KC is the 5th. It's 5th, but it's plus 1,100. The Rockies and Athletics is plus 240 to be the highest scoring game. That is fucking crazy. Now, that also sucks if you play that. Well, I haven't played the market in a little bit, but that sucks because the plus 1,100 as the 5th highest score, as the 5th best odds, Like, that is the regular price. That's what they normally are. Plus 11, plus 12. So the fact that there's a plus 240 is a massive turnoff to me. I don't think there's value there. I'm not digging either pitcher. I think they're ass. I don't know. I was surprised to get the pushback. You know, Imai and Avila have both seriously struggled. Both have a 4 3/4 Sierra. Both have walked at least 14% of batters. Both have a ball rate north of 41, a first strike rate south of 55, a chase rate south of 29. These are really poor. So we're going to look for they're looking for a lot of ground balls. Their argument was that the offenses suck. My counter was when, bad offenses score too, but also that's when bad offenses look good against really trash pitchers. Now the Astros bullpen is much better, so I think they outlast them. But too much scoring for me for the money line. And the Royals bullpen is just atrocious. So I do like the Houston team total. 4.5 minus 120. I think I like that better than the game total, which is, it's really high, right? Was it 10 at this point? Oh, it's 9. It might have been 9.5. It is. I got 9.5. But it's like floating the prices. So yeah, I think I like the Houston team total better. Again, we're on the road. I think it is the better offense right now. And I want to just face the Kansas City bullpen all day, fucking every day. Next up, Kyle Lee on the bump for the Cardinals. They're on the road against Joey Ryan and the Twinks. I was like, this one had my visceral reaction yesterday, and I looked like a fucking stooge for a second because they were asking me about this price. What do you think about this price, John? I was like, it's fucking crazy, man. How could, Joey Ryan be such a short favorite? They're like, what? So just a little bit of insight. If you've noticed, I have the pitching sheets up the night before. It's just much easier for me to do my work, to do a little bit of work to set up. Plus, I know I have Source Network people, and that helps you follow if you're doing the late night stuff. My wife and daughter are watching TV or whatever. So I did the model before I could get some rest to go back on at midnight. So my prices that were really early, Kyle asked for picks. I put a pick and a price that's up. Now what I'm noticing, right, because I've always talked to you guys about how they do so much better on prices, looking at this shit at midnight, and you could see the proof in the pudding. Well, that's why I leave it up for you. Now, I can't believe how much it changed from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., let's say, to midnight, right, as games are ending, and that's when the first action's really coming in. Joey Ryan opened as minus 126, minus 125, minus 126, and that was what I saw initially. Then when I got to them, it was minus 130. They were starting to make the face, and Minnesota's a bad team, But I think they do enough. I think there's enough stick there, and I think Lee is ass. So this minus 130 is now minus 140, and it's really just, it shows you timing is fucking everything. And gosh, you don't even want to play this stuff sometimes. That's what I noticed on Friday. I don't want to play this stuff. I don't want to play it. Again, I like Minnesota to win, but pairing minus 140s doesn't feel right. But that's my play. It's something with the Twins because I don't think the pitching is fucking close. Leahy's not any good, man. This is not going to last. He has a 6.6 expected ERA, 5.25 on mine, 8.5 KBB, 8.5 swing and strike, 29 chase, 94 zone contact. And I feel like if you're going to pitch contact to the Twins, that's where they're going to punish you. That's the only thing they do. Look at the stuff versus righties. Right? They're aggressive. And when they get a hold of it, they fucking hit it hard. They hit a lot of home runs, get a lot of doubles. Cardinals offense has not been good last 2 weeks. I think maybe the L7s are strong. I feel like they're starting to hit a little bit. L7 for the Cardinals, yeah, it's pretty strong. And don't be fooled by the 143 WRC+. This is a good example of where WRC+ fails us as a society. Because the same Cardinals that you can make the argument, so by WRC+, they're third best in the last 7 days. But like 46 ground ball, 18 line drive. I don't know. The underpinning stuff's not great. I mean, 7.9 barrel. None of it just screams Like, this is where it's at. They're not even, like, stealing a ton of bases. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. WRC Plus, the more I like look at it, the less I'm sold on it. And that's why I have these, data sets. It's just to form a more kind of layered, nuanced opinion on these fucking stupid teams. Minnesota bullpen, like I mentioned, clearly the worst pay. I mean, like, by an order of magnitude. Right? So it doesn't mean that we can't win. But the deeper into the game we go, the scarier this bitch gets. So if your logical step next is to look at the F5 for the Twins, it's minus 160. The run line cover is close to even money, so like that's actually probably the value. I think an even money F5 cover is the value over paying minus 140 to win the game, right? Let me sell you this, fellow Spartans. Up 2-1 through 5 is a win. Up 2-1 through 5 and you have the full game, you can't feel very confident. So I think Minnesota wins. I might feel better about the cover, to be honest. I mean, like, if it goes our way, I think I do, because you're getting almost 100 cents. You're actually, it's 85 cents, sorry, on the run line full game. And just look for the cover, go to plus 145 that they just kill, right? We just kind of win. We're going to win. Next up, Sugar Shane McClanahan on the bump for the Flat fucking Fish of Florida. They're on the road as minus 180 favorites against Sam Aldegheri. And the Angels, sorry, I had a minus there, plus 149. I've got the Rays for a kill shot here. Aldegheri threw one inning a few days ago. Who's getting all these outs for the Angels? The bullpen is ass, the offense is ass, and Aldegheri is ass. Meanwhile, McClanahan is shoving right now. This has been one of the best versions of him, right? This is all of the kind of trajectory we were hoping to resume, right, to reclaim after the injury. He's been fantastic. I'm not sure what the answer is. He's been good on the road. He's been good last 30. And the Rays offense is not good, right? They're not good, but they're better than the damn Angels. Angels versus lefties is just, it's horrendous right now. I mean, I don't understand the price. It just happens sometimes. You guys know me at this point, right? I'm super honest about my approach. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this one probably moved towards Tampa also. I know I was getting pegged for it. Go figure. Money coming in on the Angels. I just don't understand the market sometimes. So I like the Rays to cover. I'm not going to get pushed around by fucking CLV. I give a shit less about it in these cases. So I'm going to actually trail. Right, this one was like minus 190 last night. Now it's minus 170. So if money's actually going to come in on the Angels, I guess Kyle and Sam won the argument last night against me. I'm going to let that keep falling. Let it keep falling. And I'm going to smash it anyway. I know I'm going for the Rays. And if it falls any further, they're a great pair also. For all the chalk donkey stuff that I was like, man, I think we have enough that I'm going to say the ones I don't like, fuck them. The ones you don't like, you don't play. And we have probably a couple of strong pairs or a couple of nice run line plays today. You give me the Rays to kill, man. I can't buy the Angels. Next up, don't waste your time in this one. The total is 13 and a half. Holy crap. Like, what? That's good. Get your offensive shit ready, right? I talk about this all the time. I was lucky enough to be platformed to mention this shit to all those people last night. Don't bet fucking over 13 and a half runs. Think about what you need for 13 and a half runs to happen. Think about what the box score looks like for 13 and a half runs to happen. Especially with a little bit of a lopsided pitching matchup here. I don't trust anybody in this weather. It's going to be 100 degrees with the wind blowing out. All pitching bets are off. That said, Gage Jump is the better pitcher in this one. So on the athletic side, I think their team total is fucking 7.5. I don't even know if I've ever seen that before. Oh, my streaming froze. I'm going to hope that I'm still rolling in real time. Yeah, I think we held on. Okay, so basically, we need a metric ton of shit to happen to get to 13 and a half runs. None of these companies pay me. Maybe they should. Drafters.com and fucking Prize Picks or fucking Underdog. The only thing with Underdog is they have, so does Prize Picks, they'll do the 0.8x, 0.4x, so like they juice shit. A site like Drafters, the menu is more narrow, but the payouts are uniformed, meaning any 4 bets that you could find pay a tenfold. And I think I'm going to bring it up right now. Let's see what they have hung. They're not shy. They hang these fucking circus games, these pinball games out there all the time. You do have to parlay, but you don't have to do 4. You can only do 2. I like to do 4 because I'm a greedy fat fucking pig. Hold on. Let's get down to the bottom here. Check this out. Stop me like when you've heard this one, right? Stop me when you hear something you like. There's a ton of shit here, too. Rooker with an RBI. Kurtz RBI single. McNeil run single. Cortez 2 bases. Langolier 3 bases single. Geloff 2 bases. Bolt a single. Soderstrom 3 bases. Like, so you could pair any 2 A's that you want with any 2 Rockies you want. Goodman and Tovar raking both 2 hit run ribby. Tovar 2 total bases. Like, I think I haven't looked, but I used to look. And when you look for the fucking prop prices on these games, they suck. And I'm not sure if you took any of those plays that I just mentioned, like guys to get a single in this game. I know singles are rough. I don't like to bet singles because they're very unique, of course. We'll bet a fucking single. The guy will hit 3 fucking homers and you're a loser. You know what I mean? However, a price is a price is a price. And if you put the same 4 bets into DK, I don't think you're getting a 10 pop on this one. And if you go up to 8 on these, so you need a second game to do that, they'll go up to 100-fold. And I've hit a bunch of stuff during football season. I bet drafters when I'm on the toilet. Honesty, hashtag fucking honesty, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how you attack these games. That's more than enough on that shit. Not enough. Like, who the fuck's paying minus 110 for 14 runs? Like, you can hit all those bets and not get to the 14 runs. You could round robin 5 different 4-leggers, hit them all and not get to 14 runs. Yeah, I don't get it. Next up, this one was pretty easy for me. I had Ben Brown at first. The Cubbies are going with Javier Assad on the road against Landon Rupaloop. You could bring your green hat and the San Francisco Giants, minus 112. Yeah, we love Roop. And Assad's okay, but he's more of like a replacement level guy. Now, my bookie doesn't have that F5 posted. Let me check the MGMer. They do. Ooh, Roop up to minus 140. That's what happened. That's what fucking happens when me, Kyle, and Sam are all locked. Takes a shit on the market. It was minus 118, minus 115 or something. Yeah, last night. Motherfucker. Do I think the Giants win? I don't know. Giants feel very much like the Twins. I like the pitcher. I kind of even like the offense a little bit. But the bullpen shit is so lopsided that if you're putting these guys in your parlays tonight, don't come crying if you lose, right? That's the deal. Maybe there's like an F5 parlay in there, right? You F5 the shitty bullpen teams, the Giants and the Twins, and look to get out with your ass intact. But again, I still don't necessarily understand it because you still need them both. If you push it, split, then you get a half payout on a fucking juiced bet. It's like awful, right? It's just worst dog shit. All right, everybody, that'll do it. Appreciate you all. Everybody's up in here. Appreciate all this stuff. Check out the live comment section. There's tons of good stuff. Appreciate you, Trent and Sam. Good to see you. Jams, always. J Main, my guys, BE, of course, and Caleb, Carolina Daddy. Adonis was in here. Yo, MD, I really do appreciate you, man. MDL, my man, I'm in the 80 club. I appreciate it, man. Sign up for the season. Yo, it's not fucking man.
This is Sparta!
You already do a lot, but an email after the midnight show? Yeah, I know, dude. I know good ideas, right? I know good ideas. That's a good idea. And there's a lot. I have to cover this another time. Yeah, let's just leave it at that's a good idea. I appreciate everybody, man. You guys are the fucking best. Jeff says, big, wet, shaking asses. Tyler Markham says, what about first 5 under, or do we not trust Leahy? That's the part I don't try. I don't trust Leahy at all. I don't trust Leahy at all. And Caleb asked how long Acuna is out. I think they're going to give him the time he needs. Let's check it. Did they make it? I don't know if they made it official yet. Yeah, it is official. IL. I'm going to expect the minimum because at first they were talking about maybe it was just going to be day to day. Maybe miss it. I like when they say, no, take the 10 days, relax, let's get you back. Let's get you back. Hopefully it doesn't turn into something bad. All right, so let's get out of here. Quick recap, right, on I guess the show picks are up and you could kind of see them. But, Pitt to win. Seattle and Washington, I think the early under. I think Baltimore beats San Diego. Texas and Boston, full game under. Detroit, F5 win. Nick Lodolo, maybe for the last time, F5 win. Braves and Mets played to the under in a tight one. Yankees beat the Blue Jays on the road. Dodgers get it done against the White Sox, but I think their scoring is the bet I like most. Milwaukee and the Miz mop up the Paint Man and the Phils. Houston and KC go way over. Minnesota gets it done early. I'm worried about the pen late. Rays mop up the Angels because they suck. 1.21 jillion runs scored in athletics. Who knows? Again, 100 degrees with the wind out there. It's going to be insane. And then I think San Fran at least gets it done early. All right, that'll do it, you. Thanks for picking up what I'm putting down here at Corked Stats. Remember the podcast? It's all the same. I just moved it over to, we have a new network going on, or I guess a network. But it's all the same. You just won't get the email. I think a few people were wondering, like, where the show is. I guess I didn't bet, so I didn't send an email. In the next email, I'll put it at the top that, by 11 a.m., by 10:30, 11 a.m., the podcast is out. If you want it, we do the live stream if you want it when it hits. But if you want the first abridged version, that's usually out like 10:30, and it hits it's on Believe, BLEAV. It hits them immediately, right? So when I upload, it'll be up there at fucking 10:30 or something. They have a decent player, but if not, it hit Spotify really quick, and then everything was completely the same, new artwork or whatever. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? That'll do it. Thanks for picking up what I'm putting down. Really do appreciate you. We're getting close to 750 YouTube subscribers, which is fucking awesome. I'm getting near the monetization mark where I could put up like super chats and stuff. If you guys hit for $1, go let me wet my beak a little bit. Hey, I'm just busting fucking balls, man. You want to support me? Jump on the Substack, and you get all of me. I pour my heart and soul into it. And don't forget, I'm drafting fucking football around the clock. Legit. I'm drafting a draft last night. I did one this morning while I was racking fucking data. The ranks are getting shifted. I'm going to do an overhaul today. I need to shut my eyes for a little bit. I've been up for fucking like 30 fucking hours or something ridiculous like that. All right, yo. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this freaking hard, the winning feels a lot less.